I studied in Cuenca, Ecuador.
Amman, Jordan.
Freiburg, Germany.
It was a great experience.
Estudiar en otro país ese año.
With my language skills, I did not think by any means that I would be where I am today.
I know for a fact that I improved phenomenally while I was there.
You're just immersed in the language. Große Geschichte, and you really just have to learn it and be on your game the whole time. Summer Language Abroad is a grant offered through the CSLC. You can pick really anywhere in the world to go and study a language in an intensive environment.
One of the best parts about the SLA program is that you kind of go on your own. It's not a study abroad program where you go with a large group of Notre Dame students. It gives you an opportunity to really figure out who you are. Before you leave, you take a test that kind of gauges where you're at with the language, and then when you come back, you take the same test to see how much you've grown.
And when you're actually over there, you do a blog to keep posts on how you're doing and what you're learning, and also take pictures, put those up.
Taking classes abroad is very different than taking classes here at Notre Dame. When you take classes abroad and you learn things about the language, and then you go back home and you're able to use those things, it really just speeds up the language acquisition process.
When you go abroad, you can learn a lot from your classmates and your teachers, but what's going to be important is being out in the world and really knowing how to interact that way. My last day there, I got on the train and this woman was in the car with me, and she just told me her whole life story in German. It was awesome. I made the most of that experience, and I'm really happy that I did.
There's a lot of stuff that you really can't get out of the textbooks. You can stay at Notre Dame for 4 years and study the language, but there are some things that really are just going to slip by if you don't get over there.
I didn't think I could achieve the things that I achieved during my summer in Ecuador. I absolutely see this as a part of my life in the future. I'm striving for a career abroad or a career somewhere where I can continually use my Spanish.
Academically, with my language, I feel a lot more confident in my classes, reading and speaking. After 1 month, I can go up to a Jordanian guy in a shop and just shoot the breeze with him. Without that grant, I couldn't have done that.
For the SLA grant, part of it is to write a postcard to the person who donated all the money to your grant.
Which is just really a great way to thank the donor and to tell them a little bit about what you're doing and how important this trip has been. For me, words can't say how much this trip has meant to me.
Danke.
Shukran.
Muchísimas gracias a mi donor.
Every time that I talk about this grant to anybody, I am always pushing for them to apply for it, and I just can't talk about it without having a smile on my face. It was absolutely the best month of my life.